Seinfeld revolutionized the art of the sitcom. Jerry Seinfeld inspired a generation of stand-up comics to play fictional versions of themselves, and his co-creator Larry David pioneered a brand new sitcom storytelling technique when he started dovetailing his A-plots and B-plots. In almost every Seinfeld episode, the A-story and the B-story come crashing together in a hilariously ironic twist ending. Seinfeld's no hugging, no learning policy eschewed the cloying melodrama of shows like Friends and Will and Grace and focused purely on the laughs. Throughout its 9-season run, Seinfeld aired dozens of classic episodes that now rank among the most iconic half-hours of television ever produced. The Fire highlighted George's cowardice in hilarious fashion, The Marine Biologist culminates in one of the finest comedic monologues ever performed, and The Puffy Shirt is a timeless gem of visual humor. One ingenious wardrobe choice has provided 3 decades worth of laughs. But when it comes to naming the very best episode of Seinfeld, and the one with the biggest cultural impact, then there's no debate. It's Season 4, Episode 11, The Contest. In 2009, TV Guide ranked The Contest in the top spot on its 100 Greatest Episodes of All Time list, beating out The Sopranos' game-changing College episode and the mind-blowing Lost pilot, and it's easy to see why. Larry David's Emmy-winning script for The Contest is a masterclass in sitcom writing. David won a much-deserved Emmy for writing The Contest. He'd worked on plenty of Emmy-worthy scripts before then, from the Florida-bound The Pen to the Waiting for Godot-esque The Chinese Restaurant, but he didn't win the Emmy for Outstanding Comedy Series or Outstanding Writing for a Comedy Series until he wrote The Contest. It's easy to see why this one caught the attention of the Emmy voters, because it's a masterclass in sitcom writing, and specifically a masterclass in skirting around the network censors. At the beginning of The Contest, George's mother catches him pleasuring himself at her house, and he vows to never do that again. His friends don't think he can resist the urge, and they end up entering into a lurid wager. They all put down some money, and the last one standing will take home the pot. If David had waltzed into NBC's boardroom and pitched an episode about a masturbation contest, they would have shut it down right away. But he managed to get around the pearl-clutching standards and practices people by using a series of colorful metaphors and euphemisms. The Contest never actually uses the word masturbation. Instead, it put the word masturbation in your head by using creative phrases like master of your domain and treating your body like an amusement park. Those euphemisms alone were enough to secure the Emmy. No other sitcom writer working in Hollywood that year did anything as inventive or as daring as Seinfeld's masturbation-themed opus. But it's not just about the euphemisms. This is a classically structured sitcom episode jam-packed with laughs. Most sitcom episodes are lucky if they have 2 or 3 really big laughs in the entire half hour. But when David was writing for Seinfeld, there were 2 or 3 big laughs on every single page. The Contest is a prime example. Punchlines like "I'm out" and the reveal of John F. Kennedy, Jr. still land all these years later. Like all the best Seinfeld episodes, The Contest dovetails its storylines before bringing them together for a final twist. Marla the Virgin ends up sleeping with JFK, Jr., Kramer ends up sleeping with the nudist tempting Jerry from across the street, and the contest itself ultimately becomes null and void. A great sitcom script should be structured like a joke, with the build-up to a punchline, and The Contest is testament to that. The Contest gives all 4 main characters something hilarious to do. The best episodes of Seinfeld, or of any sitcom, are the ones where all the main characters have something hilarious to do. An ensemble cast can only really fire on all cylinders when the writing gives them all great material to chew on. In The Pen, for example, there's plenty of great material for Jerry and Elaine, but George and Kramer are nowhere to be seen. The farce at the center of The Rye is hysterical, but Elaine's oral sex B-plot is played really awkwardly and just drags down the episode. The Contest gives all 4 main characters something hilarious to do. Jerry is abstaining from masturbation while dating a virgin. Elaine is abstaining from masturbation while attending a workout class with JFK, Jr. George is forced to watch silhouetted sponge baths when he visits his mother in the hospital, and Kramer plunks down his money and gives up the contest several minutes after first making the bet. All 4 actors have plenty of hilarious lines and situations to play around with. Michael Richards nails the physicality of slamming down the money and the matter-of-fact delivery of "I'm out." Jason Alexander captures the excruciating discomfort of simultaneously enjoying the sponge bath show and shrugging off his mother's complaining. Jerry Seinfeld gets to sing "Wheels on the Bus," and Julia Louis-Dreyfus has a lot of fun with Elaine's pent-up sexual frustration. The Contest marked Estelle Harris's debut as George's mother. The Contest marked the debut of one of Seinfeld's most iconic supporting characters, Estelle Costanza. Estelle Harris would go on to become one of Seinfeld's greatest recurring cast members, especially when she was paired with Jerry Stiller as George's dad. The character got the perfect introduction when she first appeared in The Contest. Being in the hospital, having fallen from the shock of catching George with his pants around his ankles, presented Harris with a great comedic opportunity to play into the drama and the martyrdom and the guilt-tripping. Harris was perfectly matched with Alexander. You'd believe they really were a very dysfunctional mother and son. In fact, in the Inside Look on the DVD, Alexander mentions that Harris has a lot in common with his own mother, which made it all the more believable that these two characters could be related. The Contest isn't just Seinfeld's greatest episode, it gave us one of Seinfeld's greatest side characters, too.